All right, we're rolling. Sorry that's in the way, but I won't leave it there too long. Okay, I apologize. I kind of stared in all three. Okay, guys, be wrapping up your science starter, please. Don't forget you want date, question, answer, so you get all 3 points when we grade these at the end of the unit. All right, so cell theory, we've studied the last couple of days. We've learned the 3 points of the cell theory, and we've learned some about these guys that did early research that contributed to cell theory. So what did Theodore Schwann contribute to cell theory? What was his research? Maya?
He concluded that all animals are made up of cells.
Very good. So he did a ton of research, and after he'd looked at every animal tissue he could find under a microscope that was made of cells, he made the statement, all animals are made of cells. Therefore, that point in the cell theory where it says all living things are made of cells, he contributed the animal part back. Very good. What are the other 2 points in the cell theory, because it's super important? So we already know all living things are made of cells. That's the one I just mentioned. What are the other 2 points? There's 3 of them total. Pearson, can you think of one?
Isn't there one and it's like all living things have to have one or more cells? Or is that the same?
I think you're getting to the one that defines a cell. So a cell is the basic unit of life, basically. The smallest unit of structure and function of all living things, so the basic unit of life. Good. So all living things are made of cells. Cells are the basic unit of structure and function of all living things. Lily, what's the other one?
All cells come from existing cells.
Very good. All cells come from existing cells, and that's because those spontaneous generation people had to kind of be subsided a little bit. Okay? Are we good with this one?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start today something that will take us 2 class blocks. So today we'll begin, we'll finish on Tuesday, no homework here. This is why I asked you to bring colored pencils. Crayons will work as well.
We can
But yes, yeah, we get to color, which I love. So you're going to get this packet, and I'm obviously going to help as needed. One of the skills in science that you have to kind of develop over time is identifying structures. It starts with like diagrams like this, but it works into, if you're doing dissections or something, you might have a diagram of what an animal's innards are supposed to look like. And it doesn't always look exactly like the diagram, and so you have to kind of find your way through that a little bit. And this is some practice doing that with structures, because the diagrams don't always look exactly like what you're looking at. You have to kind of infer and figure some things out. So this is going to be kind of our first foray into that. Naya? You only have markers? Okay.
Well, I think I have.
Okay. We'll see what we can do there. They will not work only because the paper, the copy paper is really thin. And so you are coloring on both sides, and so it'll bleed through and you won't be able to see the other one. So we definitely need either crayons or colored pencils. I do have one set that I can loan out and then sanitize after, but I don't have any more than that, so, yes.
Are we gonna have science for NTI tomorrow?
No, NTI is, it's a light NTI day tomorrow, so you're only gonna have potentially religion, math, and reading. Those are the only 3. So sometimes, like, we'll get science in there. If it's a mathy thing that we're doing, then I can use that on a Friday with you guys, but what we're doing now really doesn't fit there. Yes, ma'am?
Is Monday like full on day, or is it
Full off.
Okay.
Yeah, Monday, you're fully off, no NTI, nothing. That's just kind of, day after conference, school day after conference.
And, so you mentioned dissection, and I'm really into like forensic science and things. So isn't it true that when they like dissect people but before they like really test on real like bodies, don't they have to test on those like fake model thingies to like see where like everything's located, like the liver and
You're talking about training people?
Yeah.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I'm not really sure, it may have been South Oldham. I ordered I named him Guts Guy. I don't know what his real name was. But he was basically kind of torso from the top of the legs up. And you could pull out all his parts, like his liver and his spleen and all of that, and kind of learn all of those. So that would definitely be step one. Eventually, in medical school, you do use real cadavers, people who have donated their body to science for learning purposes. Are you thinking you might do forensics?
I wanted to, but I wanted to go into mortuary science.
Stop talking, please.
Mortuary science.
Yeah. I think that's very cool, and we need good people doing that, and I'm telling you, when a family's going through that, they're very special people to be very sensitive and do a good job. So, yeah, I think that'd be a great one. And it's kind of sciencey, but also, you have to know a lot about how to make someone look like they normally would look. Guys, talking needs to stop. Casey?
When I get older, I'm gonna be a vet for like stuff, and so I get grossed out sometimes like with people, but I don't get grossed out with animals.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. You need the stomach for that. But I would imagine my niece is in vet school. She's finishing up. And she says you kind of get used to some of that after a while, after you've done it for a while. But she loves animals, and so she's really dedicated to what she's doing. And she's got a ton of pets, probably a bit of a pet hoarder at this point, but she loves them. So I'm glad you're doing it. Maybe I'll bring my dogs to you sometime. I have a 16-and-a-half-year-old beagle. He's still hanging in there, so good medical care has been a big part of that.
My horse had like an eye injury, and so my vet came out and she helped me. She made me like kind of learn how to do it, and so she had to like put some
Oh, is that in here?
in her
Hearing's
eyes
bad
and run
today.
it through.
Wow, that's very cool. That's cool. They need to talk to me.
You sound so excited to answer the phone.
I don't want to speak to me. I'm too intimidating. You don't.
No, Eli, you sounded so excited to answer the phone.
Sound like a very organized.
You're like, good morning.
Very organized.
Oh,
No one has.
hold one moment.
No one wants to see you.
Kirsten, they put in the wrong lunch order for you. They put down something that is an offer today. What would you like? It's Papa John's pizza.
Just one slice pepperoni pizza.
Okay. She'd like one sliced pepperoni. Okay. Mateo, what do you want? Guys, they don't have many pancakes today. They switched the menu, so it's Papa John's pizza. Mateo, what would you like? One pepperoni, please. Does anybody else want to make a lunch change knowing that you have pizza today? Chloe, what would you like? One cheese. Chloe would like one cheese, please. We're getting some others. Naya, what would you like? 2 pepperoni for Naya, please. Macy? 2 cheese for Macy, please. Abby, right? Lily? Lily. Nobody doesn't even exist in the school, but Lily would like.
Well, that's the shark that's
One cheese, please. Anybody else? Harrison, you still chicken patty even though pizza's an option? 2 pepperoni for Harrison. All right.
You're not supposed to drop them.
All right, guys. Hopefully, we won't have another interruption. We can get this done. I am trying to film, so try to stay quiet so that they can hear. All right, so when you're given the packet, here's how you're going to move through it. We're just going to do the first 2 pages today, okay? Read the top first, and read with pen in hand so you can underline important stuff. They have bolded all the really important terminology, so make sure that you're reading through that and you're underlining definitions and important terms as you go. Down below, see how they have questions? So for each paragraph, the answers are up here, but you've got to answer those questions, and then they will tell you things like, all cells are surrounded by a cell membrane. Tells you what a cell membrane does, and then it says color and label the cell membrane tan. So you've got to go back to your pictures on both of them. If it's in animal and plant cell, you've got to locate the cell membrane, and you have to color that tan and label it. If it's in a plant cell and an animal cell, then you got to find it in the plant cell too, and it's that thin inner layer, and you got to color that tan and label it. Okay? So it's kind of tedious, and you need to go slowly with it because they're going to tell you what colors to use. Now here's the thing. I know you're not going to have all their colors. So if you need to change a color, then wherever the word appears, circle the word with that color. So where it says cell membrane, if you're like, darn, I don't have a tan, but I can use red, then circle cell membrane in red so that you remember you changed the color
Use
coding.
brown.
Okay? So first you read, then you answer the questions, then you follow directions for what color to color each thing, and you not only color it, but you label it. This is the animal cell, this is the plant cell. Now to help you out, because I know it's difficult to locate structures, I put these two diagrams back here, and I'll put them up on the screen as well so you guys can see them. But this will help you as you're looking for them because they don't always look like you think they're going to. Okay? Tell me what questions you have, and I'm here to help. I'm gonna walk around. You try to find it first, but if you get hopelessly where you're like, I cannot find this one, raise your hand and I'll come help you. Pearson?
So like, is this a picture of like the outside of it and then like the inside of it?
Yeah, so it's like cut in half.
Why does it
So
have a
this
tail?
is the animal cell, this is the plant cell that are totally labeled. This is your plant cell that you're gonna color and label. This is your animal cell that you're gonna color and label.
I have one more.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So is that part right there, when you color that tan, like the red one?
If it's cell membrane, all of this would be tan. And up here, because it's like the outside skin,
Oh.
okay? We're gonna check these together too, so I'll help you make corrections as needed. Yes, ma'am?
I was about to walk out the door, but I forgot the water. Like the pond water.
Oh, that's okay, that's okay. Next week's the first time we'll be able to do it anyway. So don't worry about that, but please do bring it in. I
Did
think
you get
that'd
the,
be cool.
microscope camera?
That's what we're gonna try to do with her pond water. So we'll do that next week. Any questions you can think of about this, Macy?
It's not a question, but I have a pond and so it has like,
Quiet, please.
it has like, baby turtles in it. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
they were like that tiny. And so we kept one in a little tub and it grew up. And then it had algae growing on its like shell.
Huh,
And then it lived in like the stuff on its shell like lived in the little box.
oh wow,
It wouldn't come off.
huh. I guess it was just part of the natural ecosystem there. I mean, not necessarily harmful, they're used to having that around them.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Do you still have it?
No, my mom threw it away because she doesn't like turtles.
Oh, okay, there you go. So she released the turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she threw the turtle away.
Yeah, yeah. Turtles are really cool pets, but you have to wash your hands before and after because they carry bacteria between the skin and the shell. Salmonella in particular, which causes food poisoning.
Yeah.
So like little kids, if they're holding the turtle or whatever, you have to be careful to make sure they wash a lot. Naya?
Kids don't know how to wash their hands.
Guys, I don't want any talking except for Naya.
When I was at a camp,
Uh-huh.
this one little girl found a turtle shell and she gave it to me and I still have it and
Oh,
it's just
cool.
like sitting in my drawer and I'm terrified to touch it because I'm like I don't know what's on it.
Oh, so, it's just the shell.
Yeah.
The best thing to do with that, is to put it in a bleach solution and let it soak for like 24 hours in a bleach solution, then take it out and put it outside to dry out, and that'll kill any bacteria or anything
I
that's
think
on
it's
it.
just sitting in my drawer.
Yeah. That would make it safe for you to handle. It's probably fine at this point, but that would make it safe for you to handle.
It's just like sitting there.
Harrison?
What about freeze water?
Creek water's great as well. It has tons of stuff growing in it. So if you have access to that, wanna bring in a sample next week, we'll see what we can do about making some slides up. That'd be cool. Maya?
Are we gonna learn about human cells at all?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Animal cells are human cells. So these guys are the kind of cells we have.
Yeah, because I was just wondering if we were gonna get more into like the like
Tissues
genetic
and all of that.
makeup of humans and things like that.
Yeah, we will. We'll study cells first, then tissues, then organs, systems, so we kind of just keep moving up further and further. Yes, definitely. And I think you're going to have a lot to contribute to that. So I'm excited about that. Macy?
I could bring like the stuff in my creek in or something like that. Like there's crawdads in there, and there's something I don't know what it is, but it's like a little. It looks like a bacteria, but it's like big.
Oh, that's cool. I wondered if it's some kind of algae. Definitely bring in, I wouldn't bring in crawfish and stuff because they're kind of getting set for the winter, so they're going to bore into the ground for winter, and I don't want to like put them in a position where, you know, they don't survive the winter.
Yeah.
But if you want to bring some of the water in, and especially that big like blobby looking thing you're talking
It's
about.
fast. It like swims really fast.
Oh, that'd be cool to check out. Yeah, if you want to do that, if you bring it in a jar or something, that'd be cool. All right? Okay, so I'm gonna get you guys going on this. I've got a few kids I need to meet with, so I'm gonna take that opportunity to do that. And you try everything you can to figure one out, and if you can't get it, then I'm your last resort. You raise your hand and I'll come help you, okay? But I want you to try everything you can first.
Can I wave at camera?